the streams. Superledger in your ear, crystal clear. Every interview bringing pioneers here from the bayou to the big tech crew. Tune in, we got the know-how flowing through. Steady fuel, feeding minds, alchemy on rewind, decentralized chatter, community matter, Web3 staircase climbing the ladder, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, podcast shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, podcast shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack. From the heart of the Crescent City, where the rivers get gritty, Chris and Arctic on a journey, staying ready. Superledger Podcast, your weekly blast. Community vibes, never choose the last. Web3 hustlers, blockchain busters. Interviews so fresh, got your second guess. Crypto dreams, tech supreme. New Orleans beam, living the stream. Superledger in your ear, crystal clear. Every interview bringing pioneers here from the bayou to the big tech crew. Tune in, we got the know-how flowing through. Chris dropping jewels, all steady fuel, feeding minds, alchemy on rewind, decentralized chatter, community matter, Web3 staircase climbing the ladder, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, podcast shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack, Superledger in your ear, crystal clear, every interview bringing pioneers here from the bayou to the big tech crew. Tune in, we got the know-how flowing through. City, where the rhythms get gritty. Chris and Arctic on a journey, staying pretty. Superledger Podcast, your weekly blast. Community vibes, never choose the last. Web3 hustlers, blockchain busters. Interviews so fresh, got your second guess. Crypto dreams, tech supreme. New Orleans beam, living the stream. Superledger in your ear, crystal clear. Every interview bringing pioneers here from the bayou to the big tech crew. Tune in, we got the know-how flowing through. Steady fuel, feeding minds, alchemy on rewind, decentralized chatter, community matter, Web3 staircase climbing the ladder, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, podcast shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, podcast shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack, ideas like gumbo, thick and rich, shift, no easy hitch, smart contracts, digital tracks, building the future, ain't cutting no slack. From the heart of the Crescent City, where the rivers get gritty, Chris and Arctic on a journey, staying ready. Superledger Podcast, your weekly blast. Community vibe.
All right. Let's get ready to go. Welcome to the Superledger Podcast, episode 100. What a journey it's been, not just for the podcast, but to be part of and watch many powerful guests, teams, and builders along their journey also. Thank you to the listener, the lurkers for tuning in here every Sunday, sometimes Wednesdays, over the past 100 episodes. Value provided here is for you, the Web3 community member, the builder, the speculator, or newcomer. You help us bring communities together. Thank you to the CCD team and those that have supported CCD and the validator, our number one sponsor of the podcast. And it is a team effort. You can find out how to get involved in earning CCD token rewards at CoreumCommunityDAO.com or the myweb3.me links in our bios. And a Superledger size thank you to my co-host, CCD teammate, Articulate. I truly value the many hours of amazing conversation and insights we have shared on and off the air. And truly blessed to have you here on the podcast, the team, and most importantly, as a friend. How you doing today, my friend?
Wow. Good. I'm doing great. Thank you, Chris. And shout out to the entire team. What an accomplishment. 100 episodes of the Superledger Podcast. I remember when we started, and not counting the ones we did before, right? But when we officially started, we definitely were onto something, and definitely carved out a space, a niche. In this ecosystem, and able to bring value and grow this community, and looking forward to the next leg of what this ecosystem brings as we see the maturation of the Corium project itself and the adoption stage that we're at right now. What that means for us as a project, as a community, and how we could help you guys and new members navigate what's ahead. So very, very grateful to have been a part of making the Superledger podcast what it is, the guests that we've had on here, and just the information we were able to share and educate the community on, and even troubleshooting and helping people getting started, as well. But very, very grateful. Lots of great memories, and shout out to you, Chris, as great thought leader in this community and ecosystem, for kind of stepping out there, being brave, and saying, "Hey, look, uh, this needs to be out there. This needs to be shared more." And definitely have attracted and magnetized like minds around you to help with this journey and facilitate this. So very, very grateful to be a part of this, not just moment, but movement, right? It's not just a still thing, it's an ongoing contribution and activity. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We are evolving and trying to find ways to bring the best value we can for those that tune in, and will tune in the future. A lot of people are going to look back on these episodes for information and reference, and it's exciting to be part of documenting that. So it's been good. Got a lot to celebrate here today. Let's get rid of the housekeeping first and get right into business. We're going to have some extra fun and prizes here today, some contests. I see some people on YouTube joining us here also. Happy 100th from Havoc and Crypto Ed's here. Hello. Long time no hear, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And Crypto Raptors in their chats also. Sir Bibby there too. We'll include any of the trivia questions I ask. Will be an equal prize for the YouTube comments or the comments in the X space here. So the same prize for both. Give everybody a fair chance on however they're tuning in. But every week we do give away 10,000 Corium Community DAO tokens, and that is due to the bounty spin for the Corium Punks. You have that ready to go there this week, Articulate?
Yes, sir, I do. And yes, shout out to all the members of the Corium Punks community, and all the holders, right? So each week we do a draw, and a spin and a draw for a winner. It's a 7,500 piece collection on the Corium blockchain, and we do a spin every week to choose one lucky punk to walk away with 10,000 CCD token. And this week we did a spin, and I'm happy to announce that the punk number 5291 is the winner this week. And if you are the holder of that punk, you are eligible to claim 10,000 CCD tokens. If not, you can, and if you do mint this token in the future, you can claim it at our Discord. But if you do hold this punk, make your way to our Discord, open a ticket, and you can claim your prize. So again, the winner for this week is punk number 5291. And just to add here, I we did a slight upgrade in the background with how we choose the winners each week, and that's now a Grok assigned the task. So Grok is the one that chooses the winner. I have it instructed to create an image, right, with the same. So it generates the number and the image for me each week. So shout out to the builders behind these tools that make life easier, right? So it's fair, it's there, documented in the system, and yeah, it's a part of the X algorithm and platform as well. So yeah, the winner is 5291, and come and claim your prize.
All right. Well, let's just get into having some fun then. I'm testing some new audio setup here today on my end, so I hope it's turning out okay out there for the YouTube crew. Trying to get these tools integrated, and X videos coming soon, I'm sure, XTV, but in the meantime, still working hard at it. But we have recently changed. When we do have a guest on, we do a live video format podcast, same time and place here. But when we do the community conversations or celebrations like this, we're going back to the X spaces. That's where Crypto X is hanging out, and a lot of our friends and family hang out. So a lot of value in these spaces and networking opportunities. Talk about more of those today. But this space is just hang out, have a good time, celebrate the last 100 episodes, talk about the next 100, and we'll have some contest questions throughout, some ways to have fun and engage. But everybody's welcome to come on up, grab a mic, and just talk about your experience with the Superledger podcast, if it brought you some value, or what you'd like to see on it, who you'd like to see on it. And that'll be the first challenge out there for a contest. Who would you like to see on the Superledger podcast? Drop it in the comments and just say, I'd like to see your favorite person as a guest on the Superledger podcast. Even if they've been here before, that's okay. And I will put those people that reply that way in a contest for the first 10,000 CCD tokens to be given out here today. Teams give me approval to do at least 100,000. So got a few more contests coming up, but that'll be the first one. Let us know who you'd like to see on the podcast, who can bring value to you and them alike, hopefully. And yeah, floor is open. Everybody's welcome. Lots of exciting things happening in our space around this. Yesterday, proposal number 22 on the Corium network passed. I was doing some technical upgrades to the XRPL Corium bridge. Not smart enough to fully understand the exact intricacies of that change, but nonetheless, it has passed easily, and those changes will be implemented here soon and very relevant to what we do here.
Hey, sorry, I'm having audio issues. I'm not sure if you called me. Sorry about that.
Testicles, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, I got it. Not hear anybody though.
Yeah, I got you. Here, was that G? Sorry, I couldn't see my screen at the time. Was that G that was speaking?
It was. Sorry, I don't know if I'm having issues or not. I'm in the car, but I just wanted to come up, give you guys a shout out, and
Ask me if you can hear me.
thank you guys for hosting the space.
Sound good, G. You sound good, you big sweetheart. And Sizzle, your microphone's on. We can hear you whispering, bro.
Oh, I thought I was getting some sweet nothings there, B. I liked it.
Nope, sweet everything's big dog.
No, but thank you guys so much.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show, G. How are you doing today? I think it's the
Good.
first
How
time
are
you've
you
been up
doing?
on stage on the show here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Normally pretty busy on Sundays with the fam, but driving around picking up lunch, so I thought I'd hop up and say hello.
Nice, nice. Well, I actually was poking around Discord the other day and seen a little addition there that mentioned the dude community in our Discord. So I encourage everybody to stop by, check that out. Yeah, it's good to see. I'm eager to learn more about what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Um, what are we working on? Building a community, building a brand, staying relevant in the space, I guess. Um, I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it, but with the launch of like meme coins, it kind of impacted morale with a lot of artists or in projects. So just trying to help keep that morale and keep that inspiration and creativity moving forward, because everything I do is based on that inspiration. So it's just been a lot of fun, one day at a time.
Yeah, and do you think the meme coins? I was just curious on how you brought the meme coins and the artists together. Is that dividing liquidity for this, or bringing value with another way to engage community? Do you think?
That's a good question. I think meme coins could be good, right? With the right intention. I don't I don't know if everyone has that intention, sadly, based on what I'm seeing, but kind of what we did was gave the artist the ownership of their art to utilize kind of the community or do it as a whole for their sales or to help with their sales. A lot of what you see is a lot of art being sold based on who the artist is or how hype the artist is. We kind of did that a little different, where they are all artists, but their art's being sold for their art and not the name that created it, and that's been really cool to see. The support of artists. Some people are creating their living just creating art or selling art through the project, and it's pretty empowering. But a lot of what we do, 50% of what we do goes back to charity. So whether that's through a royalty we get from, say, an artist selling their own drop, that we do have a royalty on that, but all of the money does go to the artist. So it's been really cool to kind of see that grow, right? Or that, I don't even know how to say it. It's been super inspiring to see like the project work, right? The vision work for how it's helping artists or helping the community.
Nice. Yeah, I need to definitely learn more about that, and I'll be bringing it up later in the show here for sure. I don't know if it's crossed your radar yet, but Web3 Artist Awards nominations window for nominations is open now until the 15th. I'm spending a lot of my free time right now trying to encourage our communities to get involved in that and really represent their communities in that platform there. So eager to talk to you about that. I'm sure you have some artists there that might want to be nominated in something like that.
We were just talking about that this morning, Chris, and because I wanted to get G's email and his wife's, because they do so much community work. It's just ridiculous, actually. So you're gonna love him when you get to know more about him and the project. But he's one of
I'm
my
not a
favorite
talker.
guys.
I'm not a talker. No, just kidding.
He's a lover and a builder. Everyone else can do your talking, you big stud. But yeah,
I,
he's an awesome
yeah,
community guy.
have me talk about anyone else. Have me talk about Brian or Lava or anyone else. I'm really good at it, but with myself or what we're building, it's kind of hard, even though it's easy, right? Like I should be my 2-minute Shark Tank elevator salesman guy, but I'm not a salesman. I'm just an appreciator. Just kidding.
That's good enough, bro.
Just
God
same. I
bless.
think you have some tools and resources there for people to find their way and learn a bit more about what you're doing there, and that's okay. That's I said in my post earlier today. We're celebrating the 100th episode. I was looking at some stats there. This is at the same time my 400th space that I've participated in as a speaker or guest or host of any kind. So it brings me back to, I don't know, what was it, 4 years ago? Just grouchy old guy up on the mountaintop with time on his hands to spare and share, I guess. And I just thought, well, this might not be a market for my voice, but I'm going to say it anyways. And that's what my message earlier was. Everybody has a voice of something that's important to them or they're passionate about or that they're building. It's important you find it, use it, get it out there any way you can. Maybe it's not speaking in spaces, but there's other ways to get your voice out, other mediums too. So and that's what this podcast has always been about, is just providing that platform for anybody to drop in from the Web3 community and just talk about what they're doing. Because I know when I started out as Core and Concepts, started hanging out on X Spaces, even though I was part of the XRP community in the background as a speculator for many years, Corium logo on there, I'd get kicked out instantly. I couldn't even. But I always give a shout out to Huge Green Candle. It's Friday night Japan space. Gave me a quiet, peaceful place to come in and say hello, fellow Canadian living abroad. So had some commonalities and found a voice on X. Here we are, 100 episodes later, 400 podcasts of some kind later, and everybody's got a voice. If you don't like talking, that's for sure.
I like hearing that. I do remember those spaces, and those were pretty fun, right? And he definitely let everyone find their voice. But yeah, it's really cool. I appreciate you guys putting these on. Sorry, like I said, I haven't joined or can't join all the time. I'm happy to be involved now and learn more, right? So I appreciate you guys for sharing that information and not gatekeeping information. A lot of what we don't know because we haven't looked into it, not because we're not interested. It's just, for me, I'll say it's time, right? I want to be everywhere and I want to support everyone. I just can't do it, sadly. But that's, shout out to Brian and Lava, Chris, or Sonny. I'm going to say it wrong, Sean, but shout out to you guys. You guys have always kind of, shared the information, and whether I did anything with it, that was on me. But shout out to you guys for reaching out and showing support and sharing information.
Yeah, well, we're excited. The technology we've all invested in is bridging together, so it on the bridge itself. But just recently, Core Community DAO token has become bridgeable to the XRPL also. So we're going to be looking and exploring at ways to bring value to our and other communities that we're all involved with on the team on the XRPL side of things too. So yeah, really excited, and it's nice to see an XRPL community within our Discord there. It's encouraging. We're eager to integrate with many of our old friends that we've been in the space with for 5 years, 7 years, 8 years more.
Man, I love to hear that. I have a big smile on my face right now. My big thing every day and just kind of something I live by is just leaving it better than it was. And I try to show up and do that daily. It's cool to hear, there's other people out there. I know obviously people want to build the best and leave it better, but it's cool to hear that, man. I'm excited. Everything at its perfect time. I'm gonna go on.
Bet. Yeah,
hey,
you bet.
I gotta run in to make
ahead,
this food order for the wife. Sorry, I'm gonna drop down as a listener, but shout out to you all. Honored to be in your presence, but I'm gonna grab wifey some lunch, or I may not ever make another space call.
Well, good to have you here. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Am I working?
There we go.
Now, can you hear me now?
Got you, Sizzle.
Oh my God, this has been such an event. Okay, yeah. So hey, so we just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about Loco Evo Poker. We're going to be doing a lot of corium stuff, and we made a big push to create a corium table setup for local Evo Poker when we started doing our initial launch thing, because Babs and Ash and I and Brian were all massive corium supporters. My biggest bag is in corium, and so when we started to talk about how we were going to approach things, corium was the biggest thing, and like how can we get corium to be used in a daily basis. And so I hope you guys can join in and help support the movement of the blockchain by participating in some of our games once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually popped in on, I think it was Wednesday, had a corium free roll. Stopped in there briefly, and I talked on my list here. It's the second thing on my list to mention during the space today is Corium Halloween poker tournament on the platform there.
Oh,
Sweetheart.
yeah. Oh, we've already talked about. Oh, okay, that's out and about, huh? Yeah, that'd be really exciting.
Sizzle, Mapes got disconnected, and I told him that's something that happens, and we're trying to debug that part. It's like if you go over onto another app, or if you go into a chat while you're playing, Chris, then it disconnects you. All you got to do is go back to the original link in the Discord there or whatever, right? And just reboot it up, and then push the tournaments or whatever, and it'll take you right back to the table. And hopefully you only lost like $10 and not like $100, if you're quick enough.
Yeah, well, and at the end of the day, it's we've pushed our developers to get more innovative, and when because before things were kind of stagnant, and what we've been really doing is trying to push some innovative concepts onto the platform, like having more security, having the ability to like maybe change our backgrounds, and just like some of the fun stuff too. But it's really just the day-to-day activities and making sure that we're following through on all of our blockchains, especially Corium. I can't say enough. Like Corium is literally was the thing where me and Ash and Crystal all got together and agreed on, and Brian, of course, but he's here. Where we all agreed, like, we have to have Corium on here. And so it's been pretty quiet because we've only been around for a week now. Though we are new, we're really pushing to get the Corium people in. So if you guys could spread the word, it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll keep the tables hopping, and you'll make a lot of new friends and maybe some money, but not against me.
Yeah, actually, I'm quite looking forward to it. I think actually Brian might have left the call this morning before I got to that, but I do have some things I want to work on with you guys in the background there. I've planted a few seeds already with Ash there, and at the very least, just because I'm just responding to a post I seen about the Halloween tournament. I don't
Hold on,
Mapes.
there. Hold on, Mapes. I just asked them this morning, and I told them you get first dibs, and Ash said, "Yeah, whenever you want to host it live, you're in." So you're right. I didn't get a chance to get back to the call.
Are you talking about the streaming? The streaming thing? Yeah. There's some rules about that, though.
Yeah. Really?
Talking,
okay. So tell me.
Don't show.
We want you.
It's nothing. It's just mostly just don't show the hands. That's it.
Yeah, it's just common sense more than anything.
I was being silly.
I was going to say, like, I love playing online poker, but I actually quit doing it a long time ago because it's I like doing it a lot. So, but
me too.
But nonetheless, I used to host a lot of poker tournaments, and I really enjoy the game itself. So yeah, if I was able to live stream the event, I would probably not play in it just for that reason. But I think there's going to be a lot of fun to live stream it. And I just call the game for you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
We're already kind of like into the idea. So it's just a matter of working it out. Just like if you're not going to play in it, then go for it. That's pretty much it. So. And I have a lot of Corium punks, and I've never won one of your goddamn awards yet.
Well, you know, maybe you weren't meant to, bro.
Hey, I got the Korean Punk the exclusive ones with the was that the Mortal Kombat and stuff, man.
Ooh, yeah. Well, maybe you
Yeah,
should have. You're right. Damn.
yeah, I know. What the hell? But anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Loco. I don't want to hog anything, but it's really nice of you guys to participate in the Korean crew participating in our growth because it only will reflect on everything else. And make sure you hit our validator too. That helps with everything. And I just wish you guys the best when we play our poker on Saturday, because it's going to be a lot of fun and there's going to be a lot of exciting prizes and, just trick or treat.
Mostly treats.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll look
All right.
forward to it. I'll be there either day. So,
right.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right,
And
have a good
feel
night.
free to drop any links there, guys. It's more than welcome here. And I'll definitely be sharing what you guys put out for promotions between now and then. I think poker's a good way to sit around with friends and just enjoy an evening just over some cards. So it can be just for fun too. All right, as mentioned earlier, floor is open. Everybody's welcome to come up today. Anything goes. We're just here to have a good time, celebrate 100 episodes, and take the pressure off. No guests, no interview, just have fun. So can be you. See some friends in the space there. Wouldn't mind getting Bibby up here. Bibby's the mastermind behind many creative things you see around Web3, but first and foremost in my world is what he's done with the Korean Punks series there. 7 episodes in. A lot of fun in those episodes. We're going to have some fun with that. If he's able to come up, we'll maybe have a Korean Punks video trivia question. So encourage you guys to find your way to those if you haven't done so already. But yeah, he's part of the CCD team and Korean community here for a long time, and a YouTube channel, and provides a lot of value, finding his way to provide value using his creations, and I've seen it spread well beyond Corium and the XRPL and the Cosmos ecosystem and well beyond. So it's impressive and grateful to have him here producing content for not just us, but Korean Punks, and he's done a lot of amazing articles in our newsletter. Good guy all around. Told me he'd come up today and speak, so hoping I poked him hard enough on that. But yeah, any of the team want to come up, say hello, encourage it. Brian B's here. I'll put you on the spot. What was your favorite guest or episode in the past 100?
You big stud. There were so many. You've done so many awesome projects. But I think one thing I was really interested. I don't know what happened about the D pin. Do you remember them? I loved that idea, and the first thing that stuck in my mind was the ability to be able to drop a GPS spot right in 3D instead of 2D, right? And like me, you're like you're a map guy and a orienteer and a woods guy. So for me, I've done a lot of hiking and exploring and looking for old mines and cave-in and cool stuff like that. And you want to just drop a pin like when you're 1,000 feet underground, right? Or up at the top of that waterfall or that lookout, right, Chris? That Eagles lookout, right? Or some super cool special spot. I thought that was really cool. But other than that, I'm really excited about the SIGIA and the ability to privatize, right, all your files in terms of pictures and folders and any kind of media that you have. That's pretty exciting. It's like one of the only people I know that are doing it. So yeah.
Yeah, and that is one of our guests that we've had on more than once, because it is a very important conversation and powerful tool they're building. So I suspect we'll have them on again at some point as they develop and bring that to the forefront for everybody. Yeah, it's been fun seeing like their project, many others kind of go from idea conversation to testing it in the background, and soon to be released. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, maybe Mac or Art or somebody can drop them up in the top there, just so everybody knows about them.
Yeah, they were on the show last week. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, definitely encourage you to check the replay on that. We went a little deeper with it on the last time they were in, but so either one would be good. But Bibby came up. Not squander his time. I know Sunday's a family day there, so Bibby, welcome.
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, Corey and Punk's series I've been working on just dropped the sound. Kind of just got a script from Chris to start this thing out, and he kind of just said run with it. So made the first episode, and now we're at number 7. I don't even know what happened. It's almost like I blacked out and they just all got made, It's funny how things come together. You start the project and then you look at the screen and it's done. So
well, I think you oversimplified it quite a bit there. I know you've spent a lot of hours, more hours than we could ever afford to pay you for to do what you do there. And I just want to say it's greatly appreciated. I just know that over the span of time, it's going to be a big moment in Corey and Punk's life cycle there. So just really appreciate your contributions there. You're just always ready to go. It's just eager, ready to go, and I really appreciate everything you do for just the passion, and that's a rare find to find somebody skilled, qualified, and as passionate as you are that doesn't send us a bill for all the hours that you put in. So that's a really cool part too. Appreciate.
thank you. I appreciate that. This like the payment for doing something like this is the community's appreciation, but more so than that is like the skills that you develop when you work on something that's as intensive as a project like this. Like it's inevitable that you're going to level up as a creator, and you can just see the evolution of how I've put these videos together. If you start at episode 1 and go to 7, it's pretty obvious that I learned some tricks along the way. So it's like creators boot camp. You always come out the other side with better skills, better videos, more efficient process. So I think it's important for creators to take things on, big projects on, and like, what have you done lately kind of thing. Like, you have a good video that is your best thing for the last 6 months. And it's like, okay, it's time to make a new one. So previously, before this project, it was my snails video. So I spent about 50 hours putting that together. By the time the Corey and Punk series is done, it'll be about 240 hours.
Damn, you stuck.
And it shows, man. It shows, and you can see the evolution, throughout those series, and that's that's what we've been putting them out pretty much weekly, So we're looking at 2 months, an evolution, just within that. Like I've seen it, from day one, but just be mindful, guys, watching those videos. He's not just putting these videos together. Custom beats for the music, behind the scenes, everything. It's created from scratch, as you could say, if we're looking at it as a baking term.
Yeah, totally. Like every episode that I made it's 100% stuff I put together, music, loop by loop, beat, SFX piece by piece. Like there's nothing that was run through AI and copied and pasted in there. Everything was built. So I'm very proud about that.
Yeah, it's great to see, man. I've enjoyed watching your journey, and I know this is just like the very start, so that's the exciting part. So it's somebody's going to see that work and pay it for what it's worth, because your passion that goes into your work is very easy to see. So yeah, it's good to have you on the team, and following my YouTube channel through all the bad audio, and being my sound guy for so many, always being there at the start to say, yeah, this isn't working, or it is. So yeah, I appreciate you, man. Good to have you here.
Yeah, love being a part of the team. Great bunch of people, great cause. I mean, there's nowhere I'd rather be. So appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Well, everybody's welcome to come up. Appreciate you coming up. I don't know what you're doing there today. I know he's, young family there. It's a family day, so if you've got to jump down, no problem. I get it. And I just wanted to make sure I had a chance to thank you up here today. It's a special moment. And you, like you said, you just said that's just the Punks project, 240 hours. Imagine tallying up all the other stuff. It's crazy. So, but we'll get there together. We're all bringing value to the CCD in our own way, and that's eventually going to extend to the project and everything it's doing, the token, everything else. So, we'll get there. We'll get there, and everybody's chipping in to get there, much like yourself. So yeah, it's a team effort, and we seem to be attracting many quality people to do the same thing. So it's just a matter of time. You will be rewarded, sir. I have no doubt.
Yeah, look, army of content creators through the Canva group. So I'm more than willing to share all my secrets and tips and tricks I've learned over the last couple of years with anyone who's serious about learning to create stuff on Canva, with a common goal of doing stuff for the community and working as a team and just getting stuff done.
Yeah, and you've launched a few NFT projects yourself, so I mean you've seen that side of it. You interact with multiple NFT markets, so I know I've been poking you, but I really think you should be engaged in the Web3 Artist Awards as far as nominating some people and some marketplaces. We've got to nominate the marketplaces too, in our ecosystem. So yeah, encourage you to get involved. You have a wealth of knowledge to share there. And I was joking about it somewhat, but if you want to do it in the next few days, the nominations close on the 15th. So between now and then, I wouldn't mind having a nomination night. We can pick through some NFT marketplaces and through some art and use your discerning eye for projects. I know you spend a lot of time, and we could have some fun doing it. We'll nominate some people live.
100%. I'm already putting something together for a post and reaching out to some people I know. So absolutely, I'll be a part of that.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. It just brings so much energy and value the artists have, and many of them aren't speakers. They just work in the background doing their thing, and it's moments like this that brings them out to talk about it and share the stories behind it. And that's really what I love to be part of, is just hearing the stories. Everybody's got their own story, and to me that adds a lot of value to any art, whether you're a musician or painter or photographer or Web3 developer or smart contract designer, whatever it is. This category for everybody out there, and it's just passionate people doing it, and they should be recognized. And we all have the opportunity and the power to do that. We can't leave it to them to nominate themselves. So if there's somebody out here that stands out anywhere in Web3, it's not ecosystem specific. Just nominate them, get them recognized, and you never know. The powerful story from last year is that a 56-year-old artist been doing their craft for 40 years and never been publicly recognized before the Web3 Artist Awards. So there's way more people out there in that position than just that one person. So let's give them their shot. Let's give them a chance to be recognized. Sometimes that's just enough to take them to the next level, take them from whatever level they were on to propel them on to the next level, to be affiliated and around, so many other artists that are out there grinding, building communities too. So it's a great opportunity. So hope everybody takes advantage of it.
Right on. Yeah, last thing I'll say, I just threw up my episode 7 up in the nest if you guys want to check it out. It's my longest video out of all the episodes, but almost 2 minutes long. And once the 8th is finished, I'm going to put them all together and melt them into like a super one video with the whole series in it, basically. So it'll be like a 10-minute video with everything squished together. So look out for that. I think you're muted, Chris.
I guess I'm muted when I was talking about all that. Oh boy, I'll start over. So I guess, sorry, before you go, Bibby, really quick. The first contest to win 10,000 CCD tokens, whether you're on YouTube or X, was to tag who you want to see on the Superledger podcast next in the comments. So that one's outstanding for the duration of the show. I'll tally that up at the end and draw somebody for that. And we'll use this as question number 2 or option number 2 to enter in a prize, Bibby. I know I got you to compile a list of potential trivia questions for the punks specifically. If you could choose just one for now, what would that be?
Okay, let's see here.
Don't make it too tough. Some of your trivia questions are pretty tough there.
Okay.
Don't make it too tough.
What is the name of the Corium Punk's resident hacker?
All right. So within the videos, you should learn the name of the resident Corium Punk hacker.
Yeah, that's right.
Did somebody answer that? That's what I thought I heard somebody answer.
It's Bib's number 1 fan. That's all.
Better get typing. It's got to be in the comments.
No,
Should
whoever
I
can
have
type
a
it
few
back
more?
can win it.
We'll see how sharp you are, Brian. I got a couple more for you.
Oh, don't put me on the spot now, Bib. Didn't I do good enough?
Yeah, you already answered one. You're not allowed to answer anymore.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, no, I'm kidding. You can answer it. What is the name of the sergeant at arms on the cruise control?
There you go. So there's two questions out there for anybody to answer in the comments. First one, Corium Punk's video related. Name of the resident hacker. And the second question, Sergeant of Arms. First people to answer that in the comments on either platform will win 10,000 CCD tokens. So thanks for coming today, Bibby, and thank you again for your contributions to that series. Anything outside of that you're working on that you'd like to shine some light on, man? You do a lot of work for a lot of people out there, so let's make sure people know what you're doing outside of Corium Punks.
Yeah, recently I've started making some memes for projects in Solana, just trying to spread my wings into other chains a little bit, but staying focused on the Corium and what we're doing here at CCD. Other than that, I just finished my 5th full-length beat for Baby Beats. Just building up a library of as many tracks as I can. I've got a bunch in the background, but the special ones make it through to be full tracks. So once I find something special, I always make sure I see it to the end. So just finished that off a couple nights ago. Pretty pumped about that. The great thing is, it's like when I'm stuck for music, I can either put it together by hand or I can just pull out of stuff I've already. So, you kind of get stuck and you're like, oh, what am I going to do? Nothing's working. Oh, I got all these other tracks. So you just slap something in there and it works. So it's nice to have all these resources that I'm kind of building up a library of.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to see you just doing your thing out there, man. It's really exciting. Can't wait to see some of the things that you got cooking in the background to build on top of what you've done already. And yeah, platform's always here for you to share. I'm sure you know that. But, yeah.
Working on a couple other things other than that, which we'll see in time. But an NFT for Stargaze, and actually a couple of projects for Stargaze. So stay tuned for that.
Excellent. There's something I wanted to add to that, but man, I got distracted looking at requests and bring people up. But and we'll be in touch anyways. Web3 Artists Awards, yeah, we'll work together and put something together there. We'll have some fun with that. And man, I was trying to shine some light on something awesome you did, but I'll think of it. I'll get it out by the end of the show. K-Bot's up on stage. Welcome.
What's going on? Congratulations, Corium, on your 100th episode. I really appreciate and support what you're doing here, even though I don't have the PFP. I see my great friend Yanda down there. She's a very important figure in the space, everyone. I wanted to ask the community a question, and that is, has Web3 ever thought of unionizing? What does a decentralized union look like? Because when you look at the history of the Grammys, the Academy of motion pictures, who do the Oscars. These places that generate these awards usually come from like labor. So we should do some research on that, because it doesn't seem like there's a union for any content creators. And this would be the perfect opportunity to start that conversation of tokenized union membership. So just wanted to plant that seed if it hasn't been already, and to think about that as we become more legitimate and build these ecosystems and fight the power, just like back in the day. It is a fight, and we're going to need this, especially if we go global. So think about that, and I will continue to be consistently supportive. And, I will put my money where my mouth is when I'm organically ready. And everybody keep the fight going. Let's go. Okay. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you.
I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Tokenized union, that's an interesting idea. I guess, yeah, like I've been trying to solve this, myself, specifically is, how do you get like somebody that represents a large group of artists, to advocate for them, to create a nomination process within their own group or union, as you're maybe describing it. And at the moment, and could probably sit here and pick apart why it's maybe not the best way, and maybe something like you're speaking to would be a better option. But at the moment, is these artists have to utilize a platform somewhere. It doesn't matter what chain, what market. Everybody's using a marketplace or a technology to distribute. So at least at this moment, I'm thinking, well, geez, we got to get them engaged, right? Like all these artists, effectively, support their platform. So there should be an advocate or a union, as you say, within these platforms, so that you have that collective voice, so that Web3 Artists Award can be approached by a collective from within the marketplace, representing everybody. So yeah, it's an interesting conversation. I'd love to expand on that.
Yeah, thanks. It might even be something to address to the United Nations, because these tech companies are like miniature countries, and we don't have a lot of access to the algorithms or the monetization. And it could be a basic human right to have access to our data, or at least have some type of royalty set up for how our information and data is allocated and used, as opposed to this ocean of economy happening up under our noses and we don't have any information about it. America alone generates $4 to $8 billion a month from our data on these platforms, and there's no school, no education, no organization, institution that's speaking out for this. And perhaps it's appropriate to start that, particularly since we're regulating the framework of cross-border payments and these tokenization of real-world assets. And I argue that our IP is a digital asset that could generate money. I mean, these apps on your phone, they owe you about $9 a year since you've started them. Okay, and that includes Apple, Facebook, all of them. And we don't have any royalties set up. And I don't know if we can wait for institutions and governments to figure this out. So it's just something to think about. Maybe going forward, we can just like start massaging that into the conversation. Where's Expector at? And as the metaverses, when they come back, because the Bored Ape Yacht Club announced November 12th, they're going to restart the other side. And, the metaverses are in hibernation. Okay, so it's like, we could take this everywhere. This is something to marinate on. And I really am excited about XRP. Even though I hang out in the Bitcoin rooms, I'm Ethereum and Bitcoin. I own XRP too. I'm down with everything. Well, not everything, but I'm ready to support the digital assets industry and digital human rights activism. Okay, y'all, I'm done. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it, K-Bot, and I'm going to follow up with you, and we'll take this conversation to a show of its own. There's a lot of impact there, and a lot of value in there, I think, too. I see where you're looking with that, and I agree. I do see Elwin showed up on stage here. Welcome. How are you doing today, Owen?
What's up, guys? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, 100 episodes. You've been here for a few of them, so thank you for your contributions to the Superledger podcast over the years, and in our space and community in general. So just take the chance to thank you.
Yeah, I mean, thank you and back to you, man. What both of you have been doing is pretty amazing. Like the consistency is pretty incredible on that side.
Well, that's a heck of an honor coming from you, sir. You've been working pretty hard these days out there, building, grinding, heading to European blockchain for finalists there. I haven't even caught up with all of that there. How's things going with you? You got a lot cooking these days.
Yeah, a lot of things. I'm working a lot, but I'm feeling good, to be honest. I I'm back doing a lot of sports as well, so I'm feeling good, like physically, mentally, and yeah, ready like to crush everything. But yeah, I mean everything was good. Like the blockchain convention in Barcelona was amazing. We met like a lot of good partners. So also a lot of old friends. But yeah, we've also been cooking on the dev side of things, and um, yeah, I actually have a roadmap to share tonight with you guys. So if I'm not really sure how it works to pin something, but if you guys don't mind, maybe I can send it to you, Chris, or articulate, and if you can pin it, that would be amazing.
Yeah, send it to Articulate. He's definitely the man with the controls there. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome.
So you're breaking the new roadmap out right here, right now. Is that what's happening? I haven't heard of this before now.
Yeah, a little surprise, I thought about I was like the 100 episode, let's do it. There's a few things that people knows about, but there is also like a few other things are that are new, that we've been working a bit in silence mode for the last 3 months, I'd said. But yeah, no, I think it's time um to to share it, because we're really close to launch it.
Well, beautiful. Well, happy to hear it. But first, just in case people don't know what we're talking about, Alwan here, he's the founder of Corium Labs, and one of the main projects that he's released thus far. One of a few that he's released thus far is Cruise Control. It's a super app built on the Corium blockchain, and he's got a launch pad on there that obviously was directly responsible for a lot of meme tokens. I think well over 200 meme token launches on the Corium chain here in the last few months since August. I think August 1st it launched, generating a lot of volume, a lot of transactions, and yeah, it's been really impressive to see that all happen. So I just didn't want you to get into it without that context for those that might just be meeting you here now. But yeah, happy to learn more about what's going on there.
Yeah, I always forgot about the about the context. But yeah, I mean, I just send it to you, articulate. I don't want to take too much of the space. It's more like as you said, like it's a celebration space. So I don't want to monopolize like the speaking time with cruise control. But what I suggest we do, I mean, it's up to you
Yeah,
guys. But
I
if
pinned
any
it,
question
so
on
you
the
good.
roadmap, awesome, yeah. So if there is any question, I'll be here listening. Just ping me.
Let's just do a show next week with Elwan being the guest.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just distracted here. I was just bringing up the posts here. We got the cruise control roadmap. We got V2 Q4 2025. Fathom Oracle. Okay, well, interesting. You're not leaving without talking about that. Just hang on a second. Lending and borrowing Q4 2025. Also interesting. I got art marketplace, prediction markets in the background, date to be determined. If I interpreted all that right, there's a couple points I'd love for you to expand on if you don't mind.
Yeah, 100%. Which one should I start with?
Well, let's start with Fathom Oracle. I'd love to learn more about that.
All right, yeah. So I'll start with the name. So Faithum, it's a Latin word actually for fate or destiny in Latin, and the goal is to pretty much deliver reliable, tamper-resistant price and any other type of data in a decentralized manner on the Corium blockchain. And the reason is that so for a long time we've been looking for an oracle. Even when I was at Corium, we got in talk with different key players. So there is everybody knows about Chainlink. There is also another one that is pretty big right now. Um, I'm forgetting the name, but
Band.
no, it's not Ben. It's bigger than that. It's to the level of Chainlink. It's called. Um, I don't remember, but what I remember is that like one day we have a meeting with those guys and we're like, "Oh, all right, so how much is gonna cost us to integrate, right?" And they say like it was pretty funny. Like they say, yeah, just give us like 20% of the Quarium total supply. And at the time they said that, I was like, I didn't really pick it up, but I had like to be watch the recording to make sure I heard that right because that was crazy. So long story short, those guys can make those type of prices because they know that it's like an oracle, so a piece of software like an infra that allows you to bring external data on chain, like it's critical for a lot of application. And because we didn't want to pay that as Quorum Labs, and also like the Quorum Foundation is pretty aligned with that, we decided to build our own, right? And articulate, you mentioned Band. So Band is a blockchain on Cosmos actually, and what they do is oracles are service, right? So they run their chain, they do that thing of fetching data, bringing it on chain, and then when you want to consume it, you have to um, do an IBC call, pretty much. So for the information to go from the Band chain to, let's say, Corium. So it's a good use, it's a good way to do it, but it also induces a lot of delay. Then you have some ports that can go wrong because you add complexity to the system. You have to rely on relayers, you have to rely on yeah, IBC timeouts and all those things, and we all knows that those things happens. So yeah, we decided to build Phaeton, which is an oracle that is purposefully built for Corium, and we're gonna start with price feed. So meaning that any type of price we can now look from different APIs and bring on chain, and that's gonna be useful for other things that you see on the roadmap. And after price feed, we're gonna expand it to all other type of data, such as the data that you need for prediction market and so on. And after that, it's pretty much um, whatever you want, right? That can be put on chain.
So price freedom is necessary for tokenization, correct? Like with just making sure everything is together, right?
Yes, yes, and also something that I learned um, not long ago is that all the price feeds are not the same. So let's say you want to get the price of gold, and you're working with a certain issuer, then for example, we told them, okay, let's use Band. They have a gold price feed here, but the guys were like, no, we don't want to use this price for many reasons. Some of them are that um, we don't want to trust that price feed, and also it does not include our spread in it directly. So we prefer when the gold price feed come directly from our API. So for that reason, like a dedicated Oracle is better.
Go
That
ahead,
was
articulate. I thought you were going to follow up that.
yeah. Yes. Well, thank you, L1, and yeah, shout out to you and the great work you've been doing. And immediately when Cruise Control launched, I got inspired to also, launch a project on there. I have a project I'm building on there as well. And the experience have just been, gradually getting smoother, faster, it's more seamless. Like everything is like zipping very fast right now. And I can just imagine what V2 brings. And that kind of bring me to my question. My next question is like, when V2, I'm just kidding, but I know you're rolling it out and there's some testing about to be launched. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for the kind words, and um, also props to you for launching your own project. But yeah, V2 is right around the corner. We did a lot of testing. We also changed everything on how things worked. Um, at some point I'm gonna share like the like do like a kind of like a post-mortem with all the design decision architecture that have been made, like what has been the thought process, the development and thing, how things are structured. We scrapped everything in terms of back end, front end as well, and we rebuilt everything from the ground up. It's more resilient, more solid, and everything. So we're aiming to go live to do a soft launch like in the Quorum Lab groups. I shared like pretty much like a message. The way it's gonna be like a, let's say, a wallet gated. So if your wallet is whitelisted, you're gonna be able to access the V2. And the reason for that is to make it easier to manage like the feedback. And based on that feedback, we're gonna polish the last things that need to be improved before we release the final V2. Although like nothing is really final in this world, right? But as close as possible to perfect, let's say.
Thank you, Chris.
Nice. Well, and I guess real quick, yeah, I mean, you're always welcome to come here and expand on any of these things anytime, you know that, but I just appreciate you coming by today just to say hello. But the other one that was new on the map there, the lending and borrowing, that's still Q4 this year. Could you give us a quick look on what that might look like? It seems like it's in short order.
Yeah. So lending and borrowing, like it's something that personally I always wanted to do. And we've been with my partner Faisal, that I think I about some time before in the podcast. Like we've been that like for quite some time, and we have something that is looking pretty good right now. So lending and borrowing is the same protocol that the Bits team is working on right now. It's a protocol that enables you to do two big things. The first one is to lend your assets to earn um, some yield on it. And when this asset is being lent, it means that someone else can borrow it, and by providing some collateral. So it's really pretty much like a Web3 bank, more or less. And one of the reasons we choose to pursue that particular protocol is because it is also the foundation of perpetual DEX. So something like Hyperliquid, DYDX, like the same primitives are used like on those protocols, or lending and borrowing. It's more or less the same thing. But I'd say like perpetual or lending and borrowing with a direct use case, which is um, pure speculation, right? With those leverage and stuff. So we're gonna have lending and borrowing pretty soon, and yeah, we'll see how we can make it work with Solotex if they make stocks available on the wine, adopt it. But at some point, I'm sure they will make stocks available. So we're gonna be able like to include it into everything that we do, and that include the lending and borrowing protocol.
And then so the lending and borrowing on chain, I get that part of it. I guess the one thing I've never really looked into to understand or to see if it makes any difference would be that like on Corium, like if you're staking your Corium, you can earn pretty high returns, rewards for staking your Corium, securing the network. So I assume by lending them, you're giving up that ability to earn the rewards on it. So therefore, your returns on lending would have to be probably exceedingly higher than they would on most lending and borrowing platforms, wouldn't they, to offset that?
Yes, that's a good point. The reward that you will get on top of it is the liquidation. So the whole concept of lending and borrowing is like you place some asset in collateral if you want to borrow, and if there is there is that ratio that is called the LTV, loan to value, and you need to when you initially borrow, you need to set that ratio to, let's say, 70%, right? And if the price is moving against you, let's say of the asset that you are borrowing or the one that you put in collateral, if one of them goes up or down, then you get liquidated, and part of that liquidation goes back to the person that actually um, uh, have lended their assets, and this is how you pretty much beat the staking reward.
Oh, I see. So basically the process itself would end up rewarding you more than you would potentially than just staking it, and then obviously every person has to calculate their risk level, the cost of the risk, I guess, for doing that too. So
Yeah, exactly.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there
yeah,
is also the
no.
fact that it's not locked for 7 days. So yeah, as you said, it's really
Mm.
like a risk and how you want to play with your asset, and that is also one of the mission of Cruise Control, is to meet every investors, every users where they feel comfortable, right? Because at some point, right now we have memes, we have the decks, we're gonna have lending and borrowing, we're gonna have some tokenized assets, then there's gonna be stocks with Solotex, and that is gonna give us like a pretty big span of different assets that are um, suited for different type of risk appetites from a user perspective.
Um, Kind of an unrelated question, but just, it's obviously in my mind a conversation that you may have had out there. You're speaking with different partners and institutions and developers. If you're to onboard somebody into Corium, like, they need, let's say, 100, 2, 3, 500,000 Corium. Where do you direct them to best onboard onto Corium? I'm not trying to get you to endorse any particular exchange or product specifically. I just mean, like, as far as onboarding somebody onto Corium in that wants to invest in it, what's, in your mind, the easiest path for that at the moment, or easiest way to portray it?
Like to buy Quorum? You mean the to buy the gas fee token?
Yeah, like if they needed a larger amount than some of the pools that are out there could sustain, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, I don't even know. Like I have my preferences on based on what I use, but
Yeah. Okay. No, and that's
yeah,
fine. Yeah, and I'm not trying to get you to go down that road per se. I was just kind of curious if there's any paths to do that, and is that, I guess, maybe a barrier, like the staking. It got me thinking with the challenges of staking for a
yeah,
lending protocol. Obviously, is increased rewards, but it's also the challenge for liquidity in itself. So that's
yeah,
why I'm actually intrigued by your lending and borrowing protocol, because, like you said, it takes away that 7 day on bonding, so that makes you more liquid. That's attractive in itself, right? So no, it's very interesting, but it's kind of the same thing that the amount we have staked is makes it very illiquid out there at the moment for somebody who
yeah.
wants to come in.
No, yeah, but that's actually a good question. Like one thing um we we actually that I'm happy that we did in Barcelona is that we met like a really good partner for on ramping and off ramping, like some company that is offering some white labeling solution for that, because right now there is like a few exchanges, as you mentioned, that people can use to buy Corium, but it's not the best, right? Because the vision is like for people to do everything at one place on cruise control, and with that type of partnership, we're gonna be able to make it. But I'm not sure, like it to be very honest, like it will be the best place like to buy like 500,000 Corium. But for someone that want to buy, let's say, a couple of thousand, I think that will be just great.
Yeah, well, it's all about the amount of liquidity and pools, on the decks too, right? I mean, I guess that's what we're accessing if we look at it for that route. So, that's somewhat up to the community to get some liquidity in pools too for that reason alone.
Yeah, actually,
No, I
no,
appreciate
I
that.
was
Sorry, I was kind of off
yeah,
topic, but yeah, it's something I was thinking about.
no, good man. But I was talking about the not the decks, like for someone to buy of to buy Corium directly, with like a credit card or with a bank transfer, or that type of stuff.
Oh, I see. So for that though, like, that provider would still have to have access to a pool of Corium, or they you know what I mean, like to be on demand in some way, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Honestly, yeah, I don't really know how this type of things works, to be honest. Like I assume that um yeah, as you said, like either they buy it, like they have to get it somewhere, right? At a fixed price, or at a instant price, that will be better. So they can either, yeah, get it on the decks. If we can have them uh buy it on cruise control, that will be better for us, of course. So it's a closed loop, but they could also like get it on a, let's say, on an exchange, and then facilitate the transfer. It's kind of like a what Visa is doing, right? They do not provide like the whole infra, but they're the facilitator in between the, let's say, the merchant and someone's bank.
Yeah, no, but that's like I said, it's kind of what got me thinking about is your platform is going to enable some more liquid tokens in a pool somewhere, right? Um, it's interesting. Yeah. I like to see where that goes. Maybe that's something that's just needed. You know what I mean? Is that centralized pool? And now, I guess if I was to follow up on that, and I don't know how much you know about it or involved in it. So sorry if I'm putting you in a bad spot by asking. It's not my intention, but we've heard talk of a liquidity router between chains. So like, would that, in fact, because we have so much Corium still, like IOU Corium still over on that on the XRPL. In my mind, is telling me like if there is a liquidity order that somebody has demand on Corium, it would kind of be able to pull from all of that at the same time, wouldn't it? As opposed to just in a one of the other situation like it is now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're talking like like in the case of Core XRPL right now, right? For that liquidity router with that specific use
Yeah,
case. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pushing for it. I'm not as you said, I'm not super aware of like what is the state of that project, but ideally, that is something that should be taken seriously, because yeah, it's um it's important, right, to have that seamless asset flow from the XRPL and Quorum, especially if you have like that much asset sitting on the XRPL. So I'm not sure what is the what is the state of the project, but trust me, when it's going to be made available, we're going to be one of the first to or the first to use it, to leverage it.
Nice. Well, I appreciate answering the questions. I don't know if that was your intention to come up and get grilled here today. I appreciate the kind words and your support over the years with the podcast here. You've always been kind to come on and contribute and let us know what's going on with the state of affairs or your project specifically. But yeah, I just want to thank you one more time there.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. And I mean, thank you to you as well again. And as I told you, like, yeah, let's find a way to make cruise control the place for CCD. As I told you, I'm not sure like what is the best way to do it. You tell me, but there is a couple of things we can work on, of course, like such as a better pool on the cruise control decks. And as you know, we work fast, so there is a lot of things we can do. So yeah, let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I've been waiting to knock on your door, but I know you've been out and about and on the road, so I didn't want to bug you. Appreciate the update, but yeah, I will be following up with that for sure. The team and I have been talking about it, and we're going to get something happening there for sure. And yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks for the updates today. All right. Everybody's welcome to come up. Elwin was kind enough to give us a surprise update on cruise control. So it's just what the flow of the show is. Just pop up, let us know what you're doing, say hello, whatever it is. Thank somebody in the audience. Tell us who one of your favorite guests were, or who you'd like to see on the show. Wow, we've been going an hour and 20 already. Crazy. It's the first time I looked at the timer here in a bit. So yeah, be sure to send a request up if you want to come up, and love to talk to you guys. Many of the people in this room have supported this podcast from day one, so hats off to you. To the new folks, you found yourselves in a pretty powerful community, and a community that's eager to collaborate and learn new ideas and work together and make the world a better place with our ideas, our technologies that we're here working on. And just honored to have some powerful builders in the room. L1 is building powerful tools for it's going to make our lives easier, many people's lives easier with what he's building. We've had last week we had Siggy on building powerful privacy app, very important stuff there too. So that's what we try and do at the Superledger Podcast is just bring value. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's serious, but nonetheless, it's all meant to bring you value. And I think we hopefully been doing a good job. In return, we get people like L1 and Yonda, K-Bot. See D-Gens in the room, Blue to Black. Lady K, welcome. Lost Art, I haven't talked with you in a while. Be good to catch up there too. Usually has an event coming up in the latter part of the year here. Mac Marco from the CCD team, Creative Lava is in here still, man. I haven't looked. It's a pretty long list, but I appreciate each and every one of you. In short, yeah, just eager to do another 100 with you guys. So let's do that. A reminder for the contests out there that we have. Where's my list? First way to get entered in the draw at the end of the show here is to tag a guest that you'd like to see on the show, or one of your favorite ones. Either way, Bibby dropped 2 Corey and Punks video related trivia questions. One was name the resident hacker, and the other one's the sergeant. Who is the sergeant of arms? So there's 2 trivia questions. They might be answered already. I'm not even trying. At the end of the show, I'll go through that on both YouTube and X, and contact the appropriate people for their prizes. And here's my trivia question. If I could, I'll leave this one open until answered, whether it's during the show or after. What was the date of the first Superledger podcast? So whoever can answer that first on either platform will qualify for 10,000 CCD tokens. And there is some CCD pools over there on cruise control already. If you need to put something in a pool or trade some for something else, whatever you need, it's all over there. And as you can see, liquidity is important. So let's figure out a way to get our Corium liquidity in one place so it could be accessed and utilized to bring more value to the ecosystem. That's what Elwin's trying to build, a super app, get everybody around it, and hopefully gather that liquidity in one spot. So yeah, we'll send another call out for anybody that wants to come up. I am going to touch on Web3 Artist Awards as we get to the end here. If anybody out there related to that wants to come up, I see Yonda. No pressure. Like I said, I'm just going to make sure we talk about it again before we close the show. This time is short on those nominations. L1, I'm going to be talking to you on this. There is categories out there for smart contract builders and developers. So I'd like to maybe get your name in the ring there. Just require permission to do so more than anything. But also, I think you would probably be in a good position to nominate for several of the categories out there. There might be some specific that interest you. So I'll send you a DM with a couple that I think might be interested in maybe getting some nominations for it in your ecosystem, the developer ecosystem, because you're artists too. One thing I learned last year is Web3 Artist Awards is there's many ways to get your creative energy out there and bring value. And it's not always about pretty pictures. Sometimes it's a powerful platform where you can lend, borrow, create an NFT, share an NFT, build a community. It's definitely one of the things I've seen from the Cruise Control app is 200 different projects that popped up. Now, sure, some of those are, fly-by-night meme projects, but you look within those, there's a couple quality communities that have popped up just since August 1st within the Corium ecosystem because of that platform. So every time that happens, it's just more value, more people to engage, more fresh ideas. So that's what this is all about. So that's why we want to highlight and recognize them for their efforts. And that's why I will be trying to nominate you, L1, for doing just that with your craft.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and send me the link. I never heard about that, but yeah, I'd love to see how can I vote as well and get involved.
Yeah, you bet. I'll be spending some more time on it for sure, but I'll send you the links that are needed coming up here after the show. No problem. One thing I found today, I know some people are asking me about Google Forms, using that. I did go through the app and nominate that way, and it seemed to be a different way that some people might prefer. So it's maybe one thing I haven't got out there good so far is there is an app for the Web3 Artist Awards. So definitely I'll share those links, and some people might find that easier. But one of the big hangups is we need to get permission from the person that's being nominated. So we need that email address to make sure that they're okay with their craft or art, whatever it is that's being nominated, to be part of the program, be part of the award ceremony. So that's first and foremost. We're here to celebrate and promote artists and what they want to do, but we're not here to make anybody uncomfortable. So we got to get that permission. I know it's a little bit of a friction point, but it is very important that we do it that way. So I appreciate everybody that's listening to me rant about it, but it's because time is short. We got till November 15th to get these nominations in. After that, we have a couple weeks to sit back, relax, have some spaces and talk about it and meet the artists and nominees. But right now the pressure's really on. So I know I fired out a bunch of DMs. I probably spent 2 hours on DMs last night just on this topic alone. So it is important just because it's so time sensitive. So appreciate everybody's attention to that. Articulate anything you want to add there before we work towards an end here? I don't see any new hands or comments. And I don't want to put Ellen on the spot, turn it into a pressure situation for him. So I don't want to.
Actually, Chris, can I add something?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. So I almost forgot, but yeah, I want to give a shout out to Clan on Corium. So so he launched the token. It's called Clan, CLAN, and he's also doing like a NFT collection that is that I think is really cool. Like he did everything with, and it got me thinking because of like the artist nomination you talked about. Yeah, I did all the NFTs with by hand. Had the opportunity to look at some of them. Even made one for me that is a that is It's pretty cool that I'm gonna start to rock it as a PFP pretty soon. If he's okay with it, and um, he was also kind enough to trust us to launch his collection on cruise control. So as you saw on the roadmap, we're gonna have a NFT marketplace, and he's gonna be the first one to launch his collection and everything. So I don't know if he's in the crowd. I don't think so. But yeah, shout out to him. And yeah, I think is in if there is someone like to nominate, I on the artistic side or NFT side, I'm gonna make sure like to put his name as well.
Awesome. Well, there you go. And it's important that we do. There's opportunity for us as a Corium community or an XRPL community to really have our community integrated and stamped on this for history, right? This is the 2025 awards. So all the nominees they'll be there for the rest of time as an official nominee, whether they won or not. So yeah, it's up to us. I mean, we can't expect them to nominate themselves, right? So there's 40 categories. I guarantee you, everyone in this room could look through those categories and find a couple that's important to them. They've collected somebody's art because of a particular reason, or they use a platform like Cruise Control. Alwyn's helped build and smart contracts that he's used to build that. They're part of a DAO or a community that they like to recognize. We all have these opportunities to recognize them, and just as a way to thank them, so yeah, I'll definitely get you the info that's needed. Another powerful speaker on that cause and many other ones in her own genius room, but she's also a big part of the Web3 Artist Wars. Yonda's up on stage. Welcome.
Thank you, Chris. Articulate, Brian, L1, the listeners in this space. Thank you so much for allowing me to come up and celebrate you all. Congratulations. 100 episodes. Like, that takes so much discipline. And it really reminds me of consistency. When you find a community that's consistent and cares about their members and shows up and teaches and trains other, like, I've learned so much about what you do, like node operators, validators. Like, this is a great community. And I learned about XRP. I learned about Flex. I'm just giving you your flowers because I had no clue until I came in here and I just sat like a fly on the wall. I was like, I'm not going up there. Now, I might speak in all those things, but the technical expertise that you all display in helping your community come along, leveraging the tools and the skill set, the knowledge base is so important. So you all are such an education community, and I'm thankful for you all. Articulate spent time with me on the phone, y'all. I'm so honored that I had the opportunity to talk with him. I'm like, okay, now how exactly do I buy some XRP, y'all? It was very basic, and it wasn't that long ago. And he was patient. He was like, well, you have choices in wallets. This is how you do this. And we just kind of talked, and I understood who he is and, his claim to fame and why I just keep coming back week after week and supporting you all, your community. And then, Brian, thank you so much. And I could just continue to shout y'all out individually. And my friend K-Bot is there, see him in the space. And, he recognizes this is such an incredible and powerful community as well. Talk to Mac. Mac talks to me sometimes in the DMs, and I'm like, Mac, so what about this? Well, Yonda, I just really appreciate the individualized engagement, and I just want to celebrate you all. And you all mean a lot to me, and I'm so thankful. I'm smarter because, well, I've hung around you all. So thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate that, Chris. Articulate.
Well, this is coming from somebody that hosts the Genius Room, which I'm a member of, and Yonda is my only only person that I've subscribed to on X so far, and that's because she brings a ton of value. She says she's here. We're educating her. I don't know. I guess at best it's reciprocal. I'm wonder if I learn more from you or you from me, but nonetheless, what you've contributed to the ecosystem is massive, and I know it's not quite flashy out there for a lot of people to see, but I mean, you're sitting at the SEC roundtables with the leaders in this space, and you're having discussions during the lunch break with Hester Pierce, and bringing that information back to your community. And it's just been a pleasure, and it all ties together. It's what this podcast is about. It's what the Web3 Artist Award is about. It's just about bringing people together to have different areas and expertise to exchange ideas. And I met you through the Web3 Artist Awards, and so that's a year. I've known you for a year, but I feel like I've earned a lifetime of information from just attending your Genius Rooms. And it's tough for me. It's 5 a.m. in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, when your spaces go live. But is most weekends, I'm definitely interested to literally open my eyes and go on X, just because I know I usually wake up about 10 after 5 naturally. So those days that I'm feeling really good, I just automatically turn your space on. There's a lot of value there, a lot of great people in there sharing ideas, and it's not even about always networking from it. It's just being inspired by other people's ideas, or the challenges that they had to get through to carry out their plan. It's all part of it, and that's why it's important to me to keep on the Web3 Artist Awards during this time, because I know there's a lot of value there that goes far, far beyond just the awards itself for so many people, the people organizing it and the people recognize.
I utter the same, thinking about the Web3 Artist Awards. It has been a year, and I'm so glad that you are a part of the Web3 Artists Awards and highlighting your community members that's in this space as well. Like, this gives them an opportunity to kind of pop their collar and to kind of brag and have this certification or certificate of accomplishments. Each and every one of you in this space works so hard at what you do, networking, creating artistry. And I believe every single person in this space is an artist. Think about it. Your spoken word. Lady K, you get up there and you just speak magic in the real estate sector and the validation, like doing incredible things. So I just admire the community, and I'm looking forward to seeing the momentum and who nominates who and who actually gets the awards, and just a time to celebrate. You think about it, in real life here in the United States, we have award ceremonies, whether it's the Tonys or the Oscars or the ESPY Awards, and I can just think of Grammys even. And so it's our time to shine. It's our time to identify who are influencers and who we look up to and why we value one another so much. So thank you so much, Chris, for the time that you give to the Web3 Artists Awards. And I just appreciate the community at large and as a whole. Articulate is, I like y'all always together. So it's difficult to see one PFP without the other PFP. So I just want you all to know. Thank y'all so much. Brian, thanks for being a subscriber as well. I really do appreciate you. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jan. I appreciate you taking some time today to stop by. Good to hear from you again.
Thank you, Yanda.
I see Bella is on the stage. Bella, welcome back. We had Bella and Scott last week on for the Sigia show. How you doing today?
Hey guys, congratulations on episode number 100. That is a huge deal, whether people realize it or not. We'd also like to say thank you guys. I see a lot of names that are familiar for testing Sigia Cloud. Thank you guys for beating it up and telling us what you guys want to see to make it better. Without feedback from people like you, it wouldn't be what it is today, and it's continuing to grow.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we had, I was hoping to bring extra value, like as I articulated, talked about. It was a big change to go to video interviews from our regular X Spaces here, and I appreciate you guys willing to entertain that with us. In our mind, the video component brings a lot of value to it. So you've been on the show twice, one as an X Space, one as a video. I hope you got some values and a good push. We had a lot of views on that video on X, so I was happy to see the response. I really think it's important what you guys are doing. That's why you've been on the show more than once. I said earlier, you'll be on it probably again. You got powerful tools out there. We really appreciate that. Also, somebody worthy of a nomination.
And we had a blast, and honestly, I am happy to see the video progress that you guys have made, and the fact that you're expanding from just audio to video. That's massive, and it takes a lot of work, and you guys did a great job with it.
I appreciate that. I think it's going to be more important as we move forward too. Like you already see YouTube, for example, saying they're not going to monetize any AI content on the platform, things like that. So it's going to be a lot of value in genuine personalities and conversations out there, and I think Superledger Podcast has proven to be a good spot to do that. So yeah, thank you guys for your contributions there. Anything new with Sigia since we last spoke? I know it's only been a week, so I'm not expecting any major updates, but if there is one, happy to hear.
We do actually have a feature that we are pushing out to beta testers, hopefully this weekend. Scott and I have it now. We're beating it up, and we're pretty happy with it, so we're hoping you guys will like it too. Other than that, I can't really give spoiler alerts, so just when that gets pushed, keep an eye out for it and think.
Okay, wait a minute. I just realized something though. Just hang on a sec. I just realized that you guys were on a show a week ago presenting a point of friction that you needed solved, wondering if anybody at Corium can solve that for you. And that point of friction was, if I remember right, and please correct me, is you would like a way for people to move their data that's already on, say, Dropbox, over to the Sigia cloud without Sigia having to have contact with it. Did I describe that properly?
You got it. I mean, that's exactly the problem.
So Elwin's a developer, and if anybody knows if there's a way to solve that problem on Corium, I assume he would probably be one of them. But I described it as a bridge, and Corium's good at bridges so far. So Elwin, if you're still listening, there's definitely a friction point for Sigia. I don't know if it's something that can be tackled. I know one of the other solutions Scott was looking for was a VPN. Built possibly on Corium, but Elwin's here if he can speak to that. I don't know.
Yes, I'm listening. I missed the port. What is the exact pinpoint? I heard like the bridging, but I'm not sure like I fully get it.
Bella, I'll maybe let you describe in a technical term maybe what you need for Elwin. He's a lot smarter than me.
For people who want to switch over to Sigia Cloud that are currently using Dropbox, or iCloud or Google Cloud to store data, there needs to be a single button push that can actually just move all of their files from any of those entities over to Sigia Cloud.
Oh, I see. And by the way, I don't think I'm smarter than you, Chris. I may be a better developer, but that might be it. But so I'm That's actually interesting. Like, for example, in Europe, with the RGPD, the companies such as Dropbox, Facebook, Instagram. If you go like in the settings, there is like a button like to export all of your data as a zip or something like this. They have the obligation to make your data portable in case you want to change provider, because they see social media such as a provider of a service, and because the user is should be the owner of his own data, right? He should be able like to take it from one place, put it on another place. I'm sure it's the same with with like cloud data, right? Where you in Europe, uh, there should be no vendor locking, right? In term of the data that you are bringing. I don't know if it's the same in the US, to be honest. Maybe in California or something like this, but I haven't really looked into it. But it really depends what those companies are letting you taken out from their system, right? Because they know that if they give you an API to do that type of stuff, right, to enable someone to migrate from A to B, they're gonna lose customer. I mean, it's gonna reduce that vendor locking, and people are gonna be more uh, willing to go from one provider to another provider. And yeah, and I think it was the same with like Samsung and Apple, where no, with Android you can easily like transfer your data to an iPhone and vice versa. So it's a really interesting conversation, and yeah, I think what needs to be done is really look at like the APIs that those guys such as Dropbox or offering, so you can make that simple interface for the users, like boom, migrate from Dropbox to Siga Cloud like in one click.
I don't know.
That sounds like exactly what we need. But Scott and I are not tech people. And if you guys are hearing a lot of background noise, we're driving to our next set of small business conferences.
All good. No, there is no noise actually. But I think like the first step, like it's not, you don't even need to be technical to do it, right? Go into the their what do you call it? Yes, their term and condition. You look at what you can do with your own data, and also like if you play in their UI interface, there should be, for example, I'm looking right now at Instagram. There is a way for me to export my data, but I know that it's because I'm in Europe right now. When I'm in the US, I don't have that option. So it's I think it's a bit of a mix of like looking at the term and condition, and then looking at the UI. If it's in the term and condition, not in the UI, maybe you can send them a message and see what they say about that, or a mail. And depending on what they say, you and what they have in the term and condition, you might have some leverage or not, or they might gonna point you to the right API. And then when they give you that API, then it just becomes like some dev work pretty much, right? And the you know that it's feasible, right? Then it's just like the implementation part that might take some time.
Yeah, we're after someone who can just automate that process. We can't do it personally.
Because we can't see the data. Yeah, I think I heard Scott there says because they can't see the data. So like I think the reason. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you don't. We can't. Yeah, they don't want to have custody of it.
Yeah, I think
If we can see the data, then we know what data is tied to what. So we need a third party to do this on our behalf so that we cannot see the
Oh
data.
shit, we're
And it's
getting
really
straight
for our
alpha from
customers.
Elwan's back channel. He doesn't even know it.
I think what Ellen was breaking down is like a user, like if the user wants to access the data to say go to Sigia, they could. There's ways existing that a personal user could do it outside of what you guys are doing at Sigia. So like there's ways that you could export your data, and then they will be able to do it. But unlike us, B2B level, then yeah, that's something that needs more discussion and work.
No, but either way, no one should see the data other than the one that own the data, right? So it's really the user that will initiate the process, right, on his himself, right, like directly with the app. But the prior to that, you need to make sure that there is a way for, let's say, Dropbox, because that was the use case, that Dropbox is allowing any users to export his own data, and that is the big thing. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's the user that export his own data from A to B, and it should always remain encrypted, so that
Yeah,
Dropbox should
L1.
not know what's happening, and not Siga as well.
Yeah, and I think that part I understand, but I think the problem for Sigia is the product they're providing. And sorry, you might not know this, so I'm just trying to provide some context. The product that they're providing is meant so that there's no way that they can ever identify who you are. So I think what they actually need, it's not so much just the mechanism to get it from one to the other, is they need it done in a way so that there's no way ever that Sigia could say, we could figure out who that data came from. Even though they can't see the data, they don't want to have a way that they can determine who it's associated with. So that way, if anybody kind of knocks on the door, says, hey, we want to see Chris's data, Sigia can just say, we got no way to do it. The data is stored decentralized on Jacko. They use a cache for their compute. They're using Astrovault for their pay rails. Like, everything is decentralized in a way that Sigia has no idea who you are. And I think that's the important part that they need to maintain, is the anonymity of the data that's being moved, not so much the process.
Yeah, if somebody knocks on my door and says, oh, well, yeah, we need access to see Chris's data, I want to be able to give the blank face look and go, Chris, who? I don't know which Chris. I know like 50 of them.
Yeah, so it's even more important that you take care of that process, because if they knock at the door and then you say, oh, it's that company that took care of it, that company is going to say, oh, that's Chris, right? So you need to build something, I don't know, with zero knowledge proof or something that let you build that tunnel, let's say, in a fully zero knowledge way, so that you take data and then you put it here, but you don't know actually who put that data here and like who it belongs to. But yeah, I think like, because if you go to third party, like it's just like, and that third party is actually messing up that port, such as the that they actually keep track of, like, okay, that data come from Chris on Dropbox, and now we put it on Siga, and we know that that data was owned by Chris, and now we can identify it on Siga. Then the authorities or whoever, right, a hacker just have to do one step back and go to that provider, and then they will be able like to make that that connection. But it's super interesting, to be honest. Like, it sounds pretty cool what you guys build. I never looked into it, so I might be answering like not directly or not the right way, but I'll look into it 100%.
Well, if nothing else, we planted some seeds here today, and hopefully Bella gave you and Scott some more things to talk to or expand on.
Chris and Bella and Scott. So it was quite interesting. Like right after the show, we spoke to Sigia team, and like Amazon Web Service went down and crashed everybody, around the world. So it kind of brought up how relevant and how serious it is to to own your data and to like be on these decentralized solutions, because they weren't affected. They were up and running while everyone else, some big companies were scrambling. trying to figure it out. So that shows
Yeah,
you how. Yeah, go ahead, Bella.
yeah, we had no idea and that there was an outage. I mean, Sigia worked just fine. The only reason I even knew about it was because Scott was trying to get into an email from his doctor's office and he couldn't open the email. And it's because his doctor's office, their medical record system is backed up to AWS.
Yeah, well, there you go. So encourage everybody to check back. That was just last week, I think. Yeah, it was last week's show. We had you guys on. And we had Siggy on once before also. We went a little deeper the first time there, quite a few episodes back, but I encourage you guys to check it out. It's an important conversation to have. If nothing else, things you need to be aware of, just as a user of these platforms and devices, just understand the flow of your data, where it goes, who's making money off it, what can you do to protect yourself, what can you do if you're taking pictures with your phone to make it not even touch your phone, things like that. That's my most interesting feature is the picture and video direct to the cloud jackal and not touching the device. To me, that's a huge feature. So yeah, I encourage everybody to check it out. Thank you, Scott Bell, for stopping by while you're on the road there. I appreciate it. You guys have again came to the show a few times, and we appreciate it. We know we'll have you back again. Hopefully we can provide the value that you're providing for us and our listeners.
Thank you so much, guys. And on top of that, again, congratulations on episode number 100. We are going to have to go ahead and bounce. We're getting into an area where signal is very spotty, and don't want you to think we're being rude. So we'll go ahead and cut out for now. Thanks, guys, and congratulations again.
Awesome. Scott and Bella, Dark Side of the Podcast. You can find them on YouTube. Great channel to follow. And they're building this powerful Sigia app, Sigia.io. I'm doing that from memory. Hopefully I got it right. Sigia.io, I'm pretty sure it is. But since then, we've had Creative Lava come up on stage. Welcome, Creative Lava.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for this nice run of Superledger Podcast. Thanks for everything that you have provided on the educational side and all of the stuff that I'm only aware because of you. As an example, CJ Cloud, and yeah, there is many others that I maybe would never have discovered without your voices. So thank you for everything that you have done the last 100 episodes. Thank you for the entire community, especially those that is here every Sunday. And yeah, shout out to L1, Lady K, Yonda, the Web3 Artist Awards, all of my friends and the CCD team. And I'm stoked to see the next 100 episodes. And I'm pretty sure that when we will reach episode 200, that we will all be sitting in a nice boat with such an amazing success for our ecosystem, for our community, and everything that we fight for the last 2.5 years since day one of the Corium ecosystem and all of the other stuff that thanks to you I was able to discover. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Lava. It's been a pleasure. We've chatted in spaces long before Superledger Podcast even existed. You're a good egg and doing a lot of good out there, and you got a passion for art. So Web3 Artist Awards right up your alley. So I'm happy to see that, and yeah, I appreciate everything you contribute here. You're a spicy Sicilian is how I describe it. I don't know that I've found a more passionate person out there, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what we're all working on in the background. and everything you're building and growing alongside us. So, as I said to the others, this podcast is here for when you're ready, and like many, we'll catch you up.
Thank you, brother.
Right on. Well, it's been a great show. We're coming up to 2 hours here. Really appreciate everybody that's come up to speak. Make sure you give them a like and a follow, just to give them some thanks for taking the time out to come out here and provide value to us and those listening. That's an important part of it. Remember, there's a couple questions there that you can get entered in the draw. I'll do the cleanup after the space ends here. What was the date of the first podcast is one of the trivia questions. Tag who you want to see on the Superledger podcast or one of your favorite guests. And the two Corium Punks ones, name of the resident hacker in the Corium Punks videos made by Bibby, and the Sergeant of Arms and Punks made by Bibby. So those are the ways to win some prizes there. I haven't checked the comments here for a bit on YouTube. I'll go back there, but I'll keep my eye on those and contact the people as appropriate. And we got comments. Who do we got here? Core Values is in the comments. Welcome, Core Values, another validator in the Corium network. Crypto Ed says congrats on 100 episodes. I know he's definitely tuned into a lot of those. So thank you, Ed, for supporting while you're out there working. Appreciate it. And I think we'll work to wrapping it up. I see more new requests. I'll go around the room one last time so we don't miss anything. Brian B., anything you want to add before we wrap things up today?
No, just want to say it's been great hanging out with you guys. Can't wait to build. You guys rock.
Awesome. Yeah, it just reminded me of my list. I haven't even looked at my list. A few things I haven't touched on yet, but it was a great conversation. So what the heck? But one of them was what we spoke to earlier, Corium Halloween poker event on Loco Evo Poker. Sure, Brian B. can get you the links, everything you need to find your way there. And I'm working on seeing if I can either participate in it or live stream it. One or the other, won't be both, but I will be there either way. So keep your eyes on that event. Is that next week already? Wow. Yeah, and then proposal number 22 has passed just yesterday, I believe, on the Corium blockchain. I brought some bridge infrastructure improvements, and I want to talk about cruise control V2. There we go. We got that off the list in an amazing way. We had L1 stop by. Flix.fun got a token migration going on there. For those that follow the show, CCD TV has been on hold because Flix is migrating over to Base. So you're going to see a lot of conversation about that in the next week or so. The token is now able to be migrated. I've tried it myself. Works really seamlessly to migrate your tokens over. Get a 20% bonus for doing that. But there is no rush. The OmniFlix chain is, I think the last block is in January. They've reduced the validator set, but you can still stay staked over there for some time. The migration is open until January. So we'll do some discussion on that in the days and weeks ahead on some live streams just to get everybody up to speed there. And we spent some time talking about Web3 R-Sword nominations there too. Another thing I wanted to talk about was X402 protocol. It seems to be heating things up on the X these days, but we'll cover that another day too, I guess. Have to leave some things behind here today. But before we wrap up, continuing the last round, Elwin, anything you want to add before we shut down today? Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Might have caught him off guard. Oh, there he is.
No, all good, all good. Thanks again for everything you were doing. Thank you for having me. And yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting end of the year. So let's do it.
Right on. Well, if there's a Wednesday or a Sunday you need me to help get the message out, some updates, anything the community needs to know. Platform's there for you, know that. Just let me know and we'll get you on. Happy to do that on short notice if needed. So appreciate you coming by today and spending some time with us, sharing some kind words and some alpha. We got some alpha out of you unsuspectingly on this 100th podcast. That's awesome.
Yes, and I see Clennon Quorum is in the crowd, so shout out to him again. And yeah, we will keep you posted on what is next on the artistic side of things.
So I'm looking forward to it, and it's just good to see artists can bring a lot of value and conversation to our space. So it's good to see that there's multiple ways that they're going to be able to do that. That's important to have their voices heard. So appreciate you working towards that, and everybody else that's here trying to do the same. Articulate anything you want to add before we shut things down?
Thank you, Chris, and thank you to everyone that supports us week in, week out. And we're on the 100th week right now, and feeling very inspired and amped to kind of, keep this going, and even in a bigger way, right? So here we try to improve and try to grow. It's not about like where we started, it's where we're going as well. So we have a lot in front of us, especially with the native blockchain and the team building and the launches coming up. And we're almost at the point we were at last year, right? And Corium, Solargenic XRP, they did an explosive run about this time last year, right? So I'm not predicting anything, just saying that we're in the right place at the right time, and I couldn't be more convicted and assured in terms of my conviction. So as we build as well on top of these protocols and networks, we look to build on the community level as well, not just the tech. So that's why we're here as a hub of education, cross-chain community compatibility as well, in everything that we do. So looking forward to another year and more years and more episodes, and more 100, 500,000 episodes. But we're looking to accelerate as we expand. We want to also expand what we offer, grow into different ecosystems. And, we have some things that we're going to announce soon. And shout out to every member of the Quorum Community DAO team that helps, because it's not just us as the face, me and Chris, it's the whole team. We um, build together every single day, and we come and discuss this on the spaces and stuff, but it's a continuous build. So shout out to each and every member of the DAO, the team, the community, and more 100 more episodes loading. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I passed my flowers at the beginning, so I won't do it again at the end. But yeah, appreciate it. You've been a powerful part of this podcast. Definitely couldn't have done it without you. 100% couldn't have done it without you. But right before we go, I see Man Crypto has joined us up on stage again. Been here before. Fellow Canadian. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me up here. Sorry for kind of joining into the space here. We just had some free time and just wanted to ask a couple questions if Hellwan had a minute here.
I'll leave that to Elwin.
Of course.
No, yeah, for sure. No, so I was just obviously bullish and looking forward to the V2, but just wanted to kind of ask, I just obviously see lending and borrowing on there. I will have to listen back to the space. Is this like separate from what Bids is trying to do? Regarding that space?
Yes. Yes, it's a protocol that will be native to cruise control.
Okay, so is this just is it all types of assets being able to borrow and lend? Is this going to be NFTs as well, and then obviously meme coins and other tokens? Is that the end goal for that?
NFTs for no. Not really. The problem with NFTs is that when you put something as a collateral, you need to be able to liquidate it directly if there is like a a change in price that is too abrupt. And right now, there is no way to do that with NFTs. So no NFT yet, but we could think about it. Like if there is some type of like smart trick that we can do, like to either assign a value to NFT or put something in in escrow, where if we try to sell NFT, we're gonna be sure we find like some liquidity at that price. And for tokens, we're gonna start with Corium, of course, as the collateral token. Like all the first pair we're gonna have are gonna be Corium something, and then of course we're gonna make sure we put most of the memes on here, or at least those who made it to the DEX as a as asset that can be borrowed.
Yeah, that sounds great. And I guess my second question, for I'm not sure if you'll answer this, but would this technically be in competition for lender then as well?
You mean with the platform that the Beats team is doing?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. It's gonna be a competition like a LT1, of course, but yeah, there's gonna be some competition. But the way I see it, it's more gonna be like an opportunity for users, right? Where they're gonna have different pool or different pairs that they're gonna be able like to lend and provide liquidity, and also different offers. I'm not sure what like how the Beats team is gonna operate in terms of fees and things, but our platform is gonna be there's gonna be no interest in when you borrow. So um I'm sure it's gonna be like there's gonna be some pro and cons on both platform, but at least users are gonna have like the opportunity to choose.
No, yeah, that sounds great. Thanks for answering that. I guess my only thing with that, was I know your proposal was obviously prior to Bids' proposal. So, I just wonder if, we knew you guys were going to be building the lending and borrowing, if, the community would have voted yes to be, funding the lender platform out of the community funds. So that's kind of where I was coming from with the questions. And I'm all for competition. That's obviously driving innovation in the space either way. So that's just obviously where I was coming from regarding that. So, but no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a good question. Like the real thing, with lending and borrowing, and it's the same thing with dexes, right? We on a chain you usually need multiple dexes. We tried to do that with wealth back in the days, but it didn't work because those guys, they didn't had like well, I don't want to speak for them, right? But it's was either like um, a lack of ND to do it, or lack of vision, right? That end up with them having a product that is being built but no liquidity and no way to bring liquidity. And lending and borrowing is kind of like the same thing, it's like all protocols, even though like they built the right way, you need a way like to attract user and make it um, a product that is made for the user, and that utility has been taught in when you actually building the infrastructure. To give you an example, with the cruise control decks, a way to bring liquidity, and the reason we have more liquidity than Pulsar right now, that have been in business longer than us and that has received a lot of liquidity from the foundation. The reason we have more liquidity than them is because we built a separate product, which is the Launchpad, that funnel liquidity from that product to the other one with that mechanism where there is liquidity migration. So that is one way to do it. With lending and borrowing, the next step is the vision is to build like a perp dex, such as Hyperliquid. I think it's what is it? Aster, and DYDX, and I'm sure there is a lot of other platforms that are very successful. But the reason why those platforms are successful is because they built something that user want, right? And long story short, I think the answer is a bit long, but PerpDex is a lending and borrowing platform that you fine tune to build such type of product. So I think it's good that there is two platforms that the perpetual dex game is very strong, and I believe it's where like the a lot of like the traffic is and liquidity is going like for the next few years at least.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that, and looking forward to especially the perp decks too, if that's in your pipeline as well, which does look like obviously. But yeah, sorry, I was just coming at it more of if we knew that you guys were going to be doing the borrowing lending, I think that might have changed the community vote on, I can't speak for everyone, but just with where Corium is at now and the volume, I mean, we're all out here trying to drive volume and, give Corium the mass adoption. But, I just think that was kind of missed, and, it would have been nice to see them build it out prior to asking for funding, especially if you guys are going to be doing it. So that was really where I was coming from. I'm obviously bullish on cruise control and looking forward to V2 and everything. So appreciate you answering the questions. It was more of just, I think it might have changed the outlook on the other proposals out there. But no, thanks for the time. That's all I got.
Yeah, no problem. And fairness, that has no L1 has no control or anything to do with that part of it. But it's a fair point. But I just look at it as these are permissionless tools. A lot of the tools themselves are open source. So I mean, I just have to assume there's always somebody out there capable, and it's just a matter of having the desire and the passion to do it. But kind of to what Alwyn was alluding to is, I mean, you can build the greatest tool in the world, but if there's nobody there to use it, it doesn't matter. And so I think it's kind of where he's was maybe going to with that is it's not just about having a borrowing lending protocol. It's not that you want just one. It's about having multiple products, but more so a community around that. So I mean, he's Cruise Control's built a platform, obviously has a community around it. So any product that you launch in those conditions is going to serve better than one just launched individually without that. So, but yeah, I think competition is good for the end user, that's for sure. And we have it now. You see, Cruise Control, has more TVL locked on it than Pulsar. It's been around longer, but it's not like one replaces the other. They both have specific use cases that the other one doesn't necessarily have. So I'm encouraged to see the growth. I mean, this is something that we've been waiting for a long time. I mean, if we start worrying about too many people building the same thing, to me, that's a good problem to have. So I appreciate the questions there, Hammond, and I know you guys are working there too. I was actually wanted to follow up with you. Is like I know the NFT marketplace is near and dear to what you guys are building there. Do you guys have a solution for staking NFTs or borrowing and lending NFTs? I was just curious if that's something that you guys are trying to solve or able to solve.
Yeah, I mean, right now, well, our raffle website's going to be up and running here, hopefully in the next week or two. But, right now, I don't know if anyone else knows this, but the test net really isn't working too well right now for trying to push these things out there. So that's one hurdle we're running into. But, I mean, the end goal is definitely, NFT borrowing and lending on a platform. But, when that will be, I'm not going to speak to that, unfortunately, especially not without having the dev here as well. But no, that is something we are looking to do. And sorry, just going back to my other point, I'm all for the competition and building. I just, wish that we would have known, like Elwin, I wish I would have known you guys were building, borrowing and lending, because it might have changed my vote on the second one to, just providing community funds to build out the second platform. That's kind of all I was saying. I'm all for the competition, but using the community funds to build two things simultaneously, doesn't necessarily make sense. So that's only, where I was coming from on that one. And that's not fudging or anything. That was just me looking back at that. So, if I would have saw your proposal saying, borrowing and lending, I would have been all for that either way. I mean, I was for your proposal either way anyways, but sorry, I just wanted to speak to that point real quick. So I'm all for the competition. It's just, I don't know if, bids knew that you guys were doing it as well too. So, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the next couple months and obviously 2026. So I appreciate the time.
I mean, all fairness, we're doing a lot of things. Like to be honest, like in the fund we receive, we haven't touched yet, right? So there is a lot of things that we are doing. There is a lot of things that we are exploring, and we are, as always, like operating with the slowest burn rate as possible. The reason being that, um, yeah, we don't know what the funding is gonna look like in the future, right? So we try to keep what we have as close as possible to the chest, and my goal like is to use as much as what we receive like in the protocol that we are building. So for example, for the DEX, it could be using those funds to provide liquidity to the pools. For the lending and borrowing, it could be used to make the market a bit deeper and everything. um but yeah, I mean, I get your point. So no worries at all.
Yeah, no, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't coming across like, as fun or anything. It was more of just, I think it would have swayed the second proposal after yours is all I was coming, at that angle a lot. But no, keep building, man. I'm looking forward to V2. So, and obviously the perp dexes and everything. So keep grinding, man.
Awesome. Yeah, send me your address. I'll add you to the to the beta tester list if you want to get early access.
I would definitely love that, man, for sure.
Right on. Well, we're going to work towards winding things down. Appreciate everybody coming up. Make sure you give Hammond a follow, and Encore you see down in the room there. They're working on tools for us too. So make sure you give them some support. That's what we're here to do, is give everybody a place to come, hang out, exchange ideas, introduce them to the community so the community can support them while they're building and providing value. And that's the big thing here is, we got a bunch of people in the room that tirelessly provide value to this ecosystem. And that's what I'm humbled and honored to be part of here as the host of the Superledger Podcast, week in, week out. You guys are all beautiful, provide a lot of beautiful things and beautiful outcomes that are still not even realized yet to our community. So I thank you all for being here and taking the time out of your day to come up and share, ask questions, and just even to sit and listen to the conversation. If there's nobody here listening, there wouldn't be much point for everybody coming here to talk. So you listeners are equally, if not more important than everybody up on stage here. So hats off to you. Again, reminder to exchange with the trivia and the ways to get involved in some draws. And when the space ends, I'll do some draws for those that answered, if applicable. I don't know that I've seen anybody answer what was the first date of the podcast. Maybe these Corey and Punk's questions, if they don't get answered properly, I'll just do an X post and throw it out into the wilds there. It won't take long on that end. But that's your way to possibly win 10,000 CCD tokens, whether you're commenting on X or YouTube, and tag who you want to see on the show. I see some people have done that, so that will be an easy one to sort out. And yeah, Corey and Punk weekly spin will continue on as it has for, geez, I can't remember. I think there's probably 40 episodes now. I don't know. We've given a lot of punks out there, but unfortunately, only a few of them have been minted so far. So looking forward to that. But we have a lot of things cooking in the background, a lot of exciting things coming up in multiple facets. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot going on here in the weeks and months ahead in Corium Community DAO and in Corium and Cruise Control and Encore. Everybody's busy working here. I see Core Values is here working and grinding out there too. And I got the team in the room. Just do some shout outs before we shut things down here. Forrest King, he's always in here listening. Appreciate you supporting the show. been here many times. A couple new faces, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please join us every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. Feel free to come on up. We have a community space once a week. It's just meant for anybody to come up and chat. Let us know what they're doing, or somebody that's doing something that they like, whatever the case is, it's here for you. We've done it 100 times over. We'll do it 100 times again. So I think we'll work to wrapping things up. Articulate. It's been a while since I asked you for your last words. Any last words before we shut down again today?
No, man, just super grateful. So much love today, and it feels good to know that time and energy you spend week in week out to build and grow this. It lands somewhere. It found the roots. It's growing. It's benefiting someone out there, and it's helping to curate and keep the quorum community not just aware and abreast, but also forward thinking. And here we're talking about things we're building into the future of this tech. And I do believe we're also at a pivotal moment in the rollout and deployment of this tech, as we're going mainstream, right? So as this tech goes mainstream, we all go mainstream, right? So it's good to know that we've been here from day one, and we kind of part of the genetics of this story. And we're here for the long run. So buckle up. However fast this goes or high this goes, we're going to be right there. So just want to thank you to everyone again, and see you guys next week.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm going to steal your line, Articulate, to close out this show. One thing I'm most proud about 100 episodes in, it's always stay classy. And as Articulate said and said it best, it's because Corium has decorum. So with that, peace and prosperity to you all. Thank you all 100 times over. And we'll see you again soon.